So we started by writing down, does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers, which stands for divide, multiply, subtract, check, and bring down. Got that so far? All right. So now we're going to write a problem. We're going to try this problem. This is the problem, 175 divided by 2. So we're going to walk ourselves through the steps. We're dividing by 2, so we're going to say, first step is division. How many 2's can we make out of 1? And we're going to say, oh, wait a minute, 1 is not enough to even make one group of 2, so we're going to put an X to hold the space. Okay? So, since we couldn't make any 2's out of 1, we're going to roll that line right over and grab onto another number. And now we're going to ask, how many 2's can we make out of 17? And if we count by 2's, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and we can sometimes even write the times tables, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, until we can get close to that 17. 14, 16, oh, that's as close as we're going to get, is 16. But that would be how many 2's? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 2's. So how many 2's can we make out of 17? The answer is 8. So we put it right there. Now we're going to move to the next step of multiplying. 8 times 2 is 16. And we're going to put it right under our 17. That was our multiplication step. Now we move to subtraction. We're going to subtract 17 minus 16. 7 minus 6 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. And now we're going to go to that very important step of checking. Is what we got when we subtracted less than our divisor? And the answer is yes, 1 is less than our divisor. Now we're going to bring down the very next number. And that's going to be the 5. Now we're starting over again because we have to move back up to division. So we're going to divide by 2, only this time we're dividing 15 by 2. And again, if we count by 2's to the closest number we can find that gets us close to 15 without going over, we realize that we can make 7 groups of 2, because 7 times 2 would give us 14, so that's close. So if we're dividing, we got 7. We're multiplying. 7 times 2 is 14. Now we subtract. 15 minus 14 is 1. We're going to check. Is 1 less than 2? The answer is yes. So we're going to bring down, but there's nothing left to bring down. That tells us that our problem is over. We have a remainder with our quotient. Now we'll try one more. Gonna move that up. And so I can have my steps, I'm going to write them again. Does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers? Division, multiplication, subtraction, check, and bring down. This time, we're going to divide 4 into the number 671. So we're going to see how many groups of 4 we can make if we had 671. We're going to begin by dividing. How many groups of 4 can I make out of 6? If I count by 4, that's going to be an easy answer because I can only make one group of 4. That would leave me with multiplying. 1 times 4 is 4. Then I'm going to subtract 6 minus 4. That leaves me with 2. I will check, is 2 less than the divisor? Yes. And I'll bring down one number at a time. And then I'm back up to dividing. So I'm now going to divide 27 by 4. how many 4s can I make out of 27? If I count by 4s, I come up with, think about it, I come out with 6. Because I know that 6 groups of 4 would be 24, and that's remarkably close. So now I'm going to multiply 6 times 4, and I get my 24, which moves me to my subtraction step. Now I end up checking to make sure is my answer when I subtract less than my divisor. It is. And I bring down yet another number. And that puts me back up at division. So now I'm going to divide by 4 again. So now I got to think how many 4s can I make out of 31? I know my math facts, so I'm counting by 4s in my head, and the one that gets me the closest is going to be a 7. Because I know 7 times 4 is 28. That's remarkably close. So I'm going to multiply 7 times 4. That is 28. That moves me to subtraction. I have to do a little regrouping. I come up with an answer of 3. I'm going to check, because that's the next step, is check. Is the 3 less than the divisor? Is it 4? Less than 4? Yes, it is. Bring down, but there's nothing left. So that means my 3 is going to be the remainder for the problem, and that's the answer. Remember to walk through your steps, one step at a time. Have your multiplication facts handy so that you don't have to stress out about which number to pick. And that'll help you to keep the flow going. Always check, bring down if you can, do the steps in order, and if you saw how I touch them, each step that you do, you might want to bring your pencil over and touch the step so that you know which step you're doing and you don't get lost. If worst case scenario, if it ever happens, just start the problem over and then you don't have to worry about it. Okay.